Here we go again. Just as the Northeast is still buried from last week's historic blizzard, the region barely has time to catch its breath. Streets are still lined with towering snowbanks, and many cars remain trapped under layers of ice and snow. Residents are still digging out, and the memories of the last storm are fresh in everyone's mind. Now, another major winter storm is on the way, threatening to pile on even more snow and ice before the last round has even melted away. Providence, Rhode Island, just broke its all-time snow record, and the snowbanks haven't even melted yet. The city is still struggling to clear roads and sidewalks, and now, residents are bracing for another round of winter's fury. This new storm is sweeping in from the Midwest, setting its sights on New England. Millions of people from Ohio to Maine are in the path, facing the threat of heavy snow, sleet, and freezing rain. The radar shows a massive system, stretching across several states, promising a complicated mix of wintry weather. This isn't a minor event. It's a system with the potential for widespread disruption. Roads could become impassable, flights may be delayed or canceled, and power outages are a real concern as ice accumulates on trees and power lines. The storm arrives Sunday, February 28th, and could cause problems through Tuesday, March 2nd. That means several days of hazardous travel, school closures, and ongoing cleanup efforts, right as people were hoping for a break. For the Northeast, it's a tough blow. Many are still recovering from the last storm. Some neighborhoods haven't even finished shoveling out, and roofs are already groaning under the weight of accumulated snow. Communities from Chicago to Boston are bracing for a 1-2 punch. City officials are urging residents to prepare for more dangerous conditions, and emergency crews are gearing up for another round of long shifts. We'll break down who gets what, when, and why this storm is shaping up to be so impactful. From snowfall totals to the risk of ice, we'll help you understand what to expect and how to stay safe. Stay tuned. This is a developing situation, and you'll want to keep a close eye on the forecast. We'll have the latest updates, tips for staying safe, and everything you need to know as this powerful winter storm approaches. Let's dive in. Why are we bracing for yet another massive winter storm? What's behind this relentless parade of snow, ice, and freezing rain sweeping across the country? It all comes down to the classic winter recipe: 3 key ingredients: cold air, moisture, and lift. When these elements combine just right, they set the stage for a powerful and potentially dangerous storm. Right now, Arctic air is pouring down from Canada, blanketing the northern US in a deep freeze. Temperatures are plummeting well below average, and the bitter cold is making its presence felt from the Great Plains to the Midwest. At the same time, a disturbance is rolling over the Rockies, acting like a giant atmospheric mixer. It's pulling in warm, moisture-laden air from the Gulf of Mexico, which is crucial for fueling heavy precipitation. When that rich Gulf moisture slams into the entrenched cold air, the atmosphere becomes primed for trouble. This collision zone is where the real action begins, and where the storm's intensity can rapidly escalate. The disturbance over the Rockies acts like a ramp, forcing the warm, moist air to rise up and over the dense, cold air at the surface. As this air lifts, it cools, condenses, and forms thick clouds and widespread precipitation. Meteorologists call this process overrunning, and it's the perfect setup for a sprawling winter weather event, one that can stretch for hundreds of miles and impact millions of people. But what actually falls from the sky depends on the temperature profile from the clouds all the way down to the ground. It's a delicate balance that determines whether you'll see snow, sleet, or freezing rain. If the entire column of air is below freezing, you get all snow, fluffy, powdery, and sometimes blinding in a blizzard. If there's a shallow layer of warm air sandwiched between the cold, snowflakes melt into raindrops, then refreeze into sleet pellets before hitting the ground, creating a crunchy, slippery mess. And if the warm layer is deep enough for raindrops to reach the ground before refreezing, you get freezing rain, a thin, invisible glaze that coats everything in dangerous ice. Freezing rain is by far the most hazardous. It can snap tree limbs, bring down power lines, and turn roads into skating rinks in a matter of minutes. This razor-thin temperature balance makes forecasting winter storms incredibly challenging. Meteorologists pore over computer models, searching for clues about where the snow will fall and where ice could cause chaos. Sometimes, just a degree or two can mean the difference between a manageable snowstorm and a crippling ice event that paralyzes entire communities. That's why meteorologists are monitoring this system around the clock. updating forecasts as new data comes in and conditions evolve. All the ingredients for a major winter storm are coming together: cold air, moisture, and lift. Now, it's just a matter of how they interact and where the worst impacts will be felt. We'll be tracking every development, bringing you the latest updates as the storm evolves and new threats emerge. So, who's in the crosshairs first? Let's break down the regions most at risk as this powerful winter system takes aim. The Midwest gets the first hit as early as Sunday. Chicago, Indianapolis, and Cleveland should prepare for snow starting Sunday morning, intensifying through the day. Travel could grind to a halt. Expect major delays at airports and on highways like I-90 and I-55. By Monday morning, commutes will be treacherous, with slick roads and reduced visibility. Indianapolis and Cleveland may see a changeover to sleet or freezing rain, making travel even more hazardous. Lake effect could boost totals in Cleveland before any mix arrives. Road crews will be out, but heavy snow and ice can quickly overwhelm efforts. The best advice: avoid travel if possible and prepare for significant disruptions. This is just the first wave. More is on the way. Snow grabs headlines, but ice is the real danger with this storm. Sleet turns roads into skating rinks, but freezing rain is even worse, coating roads, trees, and power lines in a slick, invisible glaze. Just a quarter-inch of ice can cause accidents and widespread power outages. Heavy ice brings down tree limbs and power lines, leaving some without electricity for days. The transition zone, between all snow and all rain, is the area to watch, especially for cities like Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Here, a degree or two can mean the difference between rain, ice, or heavy snow. Residents in this corridor should prepare for the possibility of extended outages and dangerous travel. Stay alert for last-minute changes in the forecast. Ice is unpredictable. Don't take chances. Next up, the Northeast, still reeling from last week's blizzard. Late Sunday into Tuesday, cities like Philadelphia, New York, Providence, and Boston face another round of snow, sleet, or freezing rain. The exact type depends on the storm's track. New York could see anything from heavy snow to a messy mix. Providence and Boston are likely to get significant snow, adding to already massive piles. Expect major travel disruptions, school closures, and power outages. With nowhere left to put the snow, blocked streets and roof collapses are real risks. Prepare now. This storm will test the region's resilience once again. How bad will it get? That depends on how much energy and moisture the storm picks up as it moves east. If the system strengthens, expect heavier snow and more ice. If it weakens, impacts will be less severe. Meteorologists are watching computer models closely for clues. That's why forecasts include a range, 6 to 12 inches for example, because small changes can make a big difference. Prepare for the higher end of the forecast just in case. It's better to be ready for the worst than caught off guard. Stay tuned for updates as the storm's path becomes clearer. Let's see where the heaviest snow is likely to fall. The heaviest snow will likely stretch from the Mississippi Valley through the Great Lakes and into interior New England. Cities like Chicago, Detroit, and upstate New York are in line for significant plowable snow. Expect snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour at the storm's peak. In New England, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine could see the highest totals. Boston and Providence are on the edge. If the storm tracks south, they'll get buried. If not, a messy mix is possible. Even outside the main snow band, several inches are likely, enough to snarl travel. If you're anywhere from Des Moines to Augusta, Maine, get your shovels and emergency kits ready. The snow starts flying Sunday. Don't wait to prepare. The greatest ice threat follows the I-70 corridor, from Indianapolis through Columbus to Pittsburgh. Here, freezing rain could accumulate to a quarter inch or more, crippling travel and bringing down trees and power lines. Walking and driving will be hazardous. Plan to stay put from Sunday through Monday. Have emergency supplies ready: flashlights, batteries, food, and warm clothing. The exact ice zone could shift, so cities like Philadelphia and Cincinnati need to stay alert. Even a small change in the storm's track could bring the worst ice right to your doorstep. Power outages could last for days in the hardest hit areas. Take this threat seriously. Ice storms are no joke. Monitor the latest forecasts and be ready to act. Now, let's talk safety. When winter storms hit, having a solid plan can make all the difference for you and your loved ones. Preparation is key, and knowing what to do before, during, and after a storm can help keep everyone safe and comfortable. Rule number 1. Stay off the roads if you can. Most accidents happen on slick, icy pavement, and even experienced drivers can lose control. If you absolutely must go out, drive slowly. Leave extra space between cars and avoid sudden stops or sharp turns. If you must travel, pack a winter kit in your car. Include blankets, water, snacks, a flashlight, a phone charger, and a first aid kit. Don't forget an ice scraper, jumper cables, and sand or kitty litter for traction if you get stuck. At home, prepare for possible power outages. Stock up on batteries, canned food, and other non-perishable items. Make sure you have flashlights and battery-powered lanterns ready to go. Store enough water for at least 3 days. 1 gallon per person per day is a good rule of thumb. Don't forget supplies for pets, too. Never use generators, grills, or camp stoves indoors. Carbon monoxide is deadly and invisible. Always keep these devices outside and away from windows. If you have elderly neighbors or those with medical needs, check in on them regularly. Especially look out for the elderly, people with disabilities, or anyone who might need extra help. Dress in warm layers, take frequent breaks when shoveling snow, and always bring pets inside to keep them safe from the cold. Stay informed. Forecasts can change quickly as the storm evolves. Use weather apps, local news, and alerts to keep up with the latest information. Keep up with local news and weather alerts for the latest updates. A battery-powered radio can be a lifesaver if the power goes out. We'll be tracking the storm every step of the way, bringing you updates and safety tips as conditions change. Get prepared, stay safe, and make sure your home is ready for whatever winter brings. Double-check your supplies and review your emergency plan with your family. And most importantly, look out for each other. When we work together and support our neighbors, we'll get through this, stronger and safer, together.